Not only are orgasms fun, they offer some incredible opportunities. So this video today is going to be all about 5 facts that affect your orgasm. When we think about women and orgasming, we really don't know all of the amazing things that come along with it. It is more than just fun, y'all. So I want to give you some facts today that might blow your mind. Fact number 1. Did you know that intimacy really is a thing that happens with you when you orgasm? It really increases your want to be intimate and to feel good. That is one of the greatest things about orgasm. Have you ever found that you feel really chatty after you've had an orgasm? Well, you know what? That's actually a part of the process. There is a feel-good hormone or endorphin called oxytocin that is emitted through your body when you actually come. And a part of that is that it makes you want to talk. In women in particular, we emit this hormone oxytocin even after the fact that we have orgasmed. And what that does is it actually is the same hormone that we emit when we have a baby. It makes us want to be nurtured and loving and in that space of just being in cuddles and all of that good stuff that happened to us. And it makes you really want to talk afterwards. It may make you chatty, that feeling of being, reassured and in love. It makes us want to talk. Hence that idea of pillow talk. It's that fostering of that intimacy that we all want. So that is a really great thing. Take advantage of the cuddle time that you feel afterwards. Oxytocin is an amazing hormone. It really is the bonding and love zone. Now, I know I have been guilty of this one. Have you ever found that you are with somebody who you know is not good for you? You know that they may diss you afterwards, but they are irresistible? I know. I had 2 babies with one of mine. And what happens with that is that when you are actually in the throes of orgasm, it shuts down that logical part of your brain. The actual cortex of your brain that carries logic stops working. It's gone. What does rise though is that frontal cortex, which really does control your ability to have inhibition. It's kind of the emotional center of your brain. That comes front and center. And that sense that you may have to be uninhibited, to be free, to just be in your moment takes over. Orgasm really is a centralization of being in an absolute moment. It is that moment of pleasure. So when you are, engaging, it just means you're not thinking logically. You're acting. You're being in the act of what you want. So it's not the time to be making the grocery list or anything. It really is your moment to enjoy. And you know what? Regret it later. I know I have, but regret it later. At the end of the day, the pleasure is worth it. That idea of being in the moment is something that's second to none. This one's a little naughty. Do you find that you actually like being spanked during sex? Well, there's a reason for it. Actually, there's proof now and studies are showing that the whole side of your brain that processes pain, it's lowered a little bit. In fact, there's an activation of your pain threshold and your pleasure threshold. That same part of your brain seems to control orgasm. So with that being said, there is a fine line between pleasure and pain. And what happens is that the ability for you to experience pain actually becomes a little bit pleasurable. And those lines that we feel between the two cross over and create an extrasensory experience. So I think that it's really notable that when you are in pleasure, your pain threshold drops. Orgasm offers you that ability to be in. So put it out there a little bit. Spanking can be fun. It may be the time to try it. Another great fact is that Sex and orgasm actually relaxes the body. Once again, we got to thank that beautiful hormone, oxytocin, and let's add in a new one, serotonin, which is actually the sleep hormone. You got to think that we have serotonin and oxytocin, two great endorphins that when released, not only do you feel good and in love, it makes you really relaxed and makes you want to go to sleep. And I know that for me, that alone is reason enough because I like my sleep. I really, really enjoy going to sleep. It helps to make your body into that feel-good zone, which just naturally allows you to relax into being able to foster a better way of sleeping. It's a much easier way than taking a pill or doing something that may not, or drinking, or any of the things that we sometimes turn to when we want to get a good night's sleep. Sex and orgasm will get you there every time. One of the ones that I definitely can't leave out and that excite me to no end is that as a woman, you are entitled and created for orgasm. Point blank. You can have orgasm after orgasm over orgasm. And in fact, the more that you play around with this is the more you're going to actually be able to have the opportunity to wire into it. The female brain is designed so that the more that you have an orgasm, it actually works to in a rewiring of your brain so that you get to show up and have more of them. When you tap into that central part that causes and creates pleasure, it's like a rewiring happens and you can just go out there and have more and more of them. And in fact, when you start to tap into this pleasure idea and orgasm, you can actually start to direct them. You can become an orgasm master where you can have a breast orgasm. There is such a thing. You can have a leg orgasm. You can have a thigh orgasm. You can start to direct the pleasure outside of what we conventionally see as the places we have to have pleasure. It is a new way of thinking. I know it's not conventional, but the more that you play, it pays off. Play can be very real. So what I'm trying to get at overall with giving you guys these facts is that orgasm is much more than just a thing that you do. It is a pleasurable experience, but there are so many other benefits that happens to your bodies when we are experiencing orgasm. It becomes a powerhouse place for you. It's like a battery that ignites all of the beautiful things that happen in a woman's body. It's that place where you can replenish yourself, where you can give back from this full well of pleasure and offer not just pleasure to yourself, but when you feel good, you're gonna give that and spread it to other people. We have got to be okay with being who we are as women. It is so all right to use your pleasure, that this beautiful dynamic body that you have been given in all its shapes and all of our sizes. It was designed for pleasure. I want you to know that. Tap in, feel it, know it. Till next time.